Being single at the ripe young age of 36 years old. So, this is what we're going to talk about. If you didn't already know, I'm an old man. This is true. It's not like you couldn't tell or anything, right? Let's not go there. Don't be mean. I'm 36 years old. I'm an old guy. I'm happy about my oldness. I'm rocking it every day. I'm just, you know, making sure that all the good young people in the world know that there are some mildly progressive older folk who like to talk about cool stuff. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching the videos. I really, really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You're about to enter a world of absolutely nothing. That's not what your interest is. Turn around now before it gets too late. Because right now I'm going to talk about being single, and specifically about being single in your mid 30s in 2024. Yeah, like IRL. Like, that's what's going down with this dude right now. And let me tell you, being single is both fun and impossibly lonely. Let's talk about why it's fun, right? So, for most of my peers, a good part of them, they're settled down, one partner, more or less, right? I'm sure many of them are cheating on each other. Hey, I'm just throwing that out there. You know what I mean? It's like it happens, right? Anyways, I know that most of my peers are either like married, or married and divorced, and now with somebody else again. I mean, I thought I've done a lot in my life. Holy potatoes, you know, getting married and then divorced, I'm afraid would just take too much of my time up and energy. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. But like, that was then, this is now. And so it's interesting that I feel more or less the same way about, being single now that I did when, I was in my late teens when I first had my major breakup out of high school going into college, right? It was just sort of like a newfound identity and something that I'm proud of, and every time I've been single continue to uphold the single sort of definition up proudly, right? Like, and this is the thing, this is what bothers me, when I hear women specifically, because of my perspective in a hetero relationship, right? But like, oftentimes, I will hear that like a woman who's been single for a while has like been single, she's like, no, I haven't been with anybody. But then there's like always like the casual exception, for the woman, and for perhaps even the man. But I don't know, because when I say I'm single, like I really mean I'm single. Like, I'm not getting any love. You feel me? Like, and there's a big difference between like being single and still getting some, from like a reg, or like, or a long termer one night person. You feel me? I mean, it's not like I haven't had those relationships before. It's just that like I'm like truly single. Like, and every time I've said that, I mean it. And when I don't say it, I mean that I'm at least hooking up with one woman, But like, again, that hasn't been the case, and I think single is being fun because I don't have to answer to anyone. And by that I mean, I can fall asleep in the middle of the day. I can go to the store when I want. I don't, have to worry about picking people up, or whatever, or anything at all like that. Like, they got going on in their life. You know what I mean? And like, as much as that sounds like super selfish and stuff, like I don't care. I've tried to be flexible. I was so flexible that I dated a girl who was 22 years older than me, and like had an adult grown son who we would have to like take to and from work every day. You feel me? Like, that life compared to not being responsible for two other grown adults and like what they had going on, like, while not even being appreciated for it. You feel me? Like, yeah, single is where to go. Being single is a lot more fun than that. It's like, yeah, at this time last year I was waking up hating my life because I had to take people to work, and you know, then pick them up and then take them lunch. I mean, holy potatoes. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, not fun. And again, it can be fun stuff, and I'm willing to do those things for the person that I love. But only if the love's reciprocal. You feel me? Like, yeah, I mean, asking for gas money shouldn't turn into a fight about Armageddon. I mean, anyways, as you can see, I'm a little bitter from the last relationship that I was in, but can you blame a guy? I mean, we all have our perceptions and our perspectives of things, but this old lady really ran me dry. And so I didn't think that was fun at all, like at all. And so being single is super fun in all of those ways. Now, it's impossibly lonely because as much as it's like I want to be single while being with somebody, you know what I mean? Like I want to be single like while having a long-term monogamous relationship. I know that sounds weird, but it's impossibly lonely being single. I mean, holy potatoes, as much as I love sitting in my room behind my desk making videos, trust me, everyone out there, that given the opportunity to, take a fine lady out on a date or something, I might just choose that over making videos. Although, I have said that I definitely, it is indefinite, the 4 videos a day till the foreseeable future comes. I'm just saying, that while I'm single by choice, I'm also single by not choice. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, I'm proud of being single until I meet the first girl who's willing to sort of have the kind of relationship that I'm looking for, which apparently is really hard to find because I'm just looking for somebody where I don't have to take care of their kids in a way that requires so much thankless effort. It could be the opposite. I don't mind taking care of kids. We can do all that whole thing, but just like show a little appreciation. You feel me? I mean, tell your kid to be a little nicer. I mean, I don't know. There's so many things you can do as a parent to, sort of get these things along. But seriously, it can be impossibly lonely being single. So it's just like everything else in life that frustrates me. I want it. I don't want it. I want it. I do. And at some point in my life, I still want to get married, want to have more children, all these things, right? And so hopefully, there's a lady out there for this guy because otherwise, I guess I'll just be single forever, and not in that way. Again, going back to that, and then we're done with the video, where all of you ladies out there, are saying you're single, but yet you're getting a little lova like every other week from Jimbo. That's not exactly being single, my lady friends. I'm just saying. And to you dudes out there, it's the same thing. Like, so stop. You feel me? Like, there's no such thing. Like, you can't have a side chick and be single. Like, cause like you have a chick. Like, I mean, if that's for all intents and purposes, the way the vernacular works when guys are discussing these kinds of things. Not PC, but definitely not meant to be offensive. So, I leave you with that. Being single and 36 years old is overwhelmingly fun and impossibly lonely. So, I mean, I guess we can take what we will from those two things, right? But what else would we be doing here on Vlogs About Nothing? Thank you for your time, everyone.